Hello, everyone. Thank you, 50 Partners, for having invited me today. So my name is Stéphane Daniel. I'm a French qualified lawyer. I co-founded DNA Partners, which is a law firm specialized in blockchain and crypto. And today I came to talk about DAVN, which is an initiative that we launched with other members. So this is the Digital Asset Venture Network. The starting point is about crypto assets becoming an investable asset. Of course, it started in 2008, but it's only in 2024 that we've seen ETF spot on Bitcoin and Ethereum launching in the US. And it has had a lot of success. As we can see, of course, there's a lot of volatility. But if you look at the ETF on Bitcoin, it reached 150 billion in AUM. If you look at Ethereum, it's the same. We have approximately 30 billion under management. So this is basically the bridge for institutions to get exposed to crypto assets. This is one way. And then you have another way. The other way is crypto VCs. So what are crypto VCs? Crypto VCs are basically a subset, of course, of private equity. And then you have a subset of VC, which is specifically targeting investing into crypto assets and financing and seeding decentralized applications. And DAVN starts here. So when you look at the biggest blockchain crypto investment funds, and of course, you are going to see a lot of familiar names here. Unfortunately for us as French and as Europeans, there are no investment funds in the top 15. I think even if we can extend to 2025, there is not even a single investment fund that is in this ranking. Most of them are based in the US or in Asia. So for us, this is an anomaly. Second slide is to show that the investment funds we see in the US are very professional. They invest, they know how to custody crypto, they know how to liquidate crypto, they know how to value crypto. And when you look at the companies they are backing and the ROIs they are obtaining, it's really important. So if you look at, for example, Solana, it's been seeded by Multicoin, and this investment fund is really huge, and the return on investment were really big. Uniswap is the same, it's been backed by A16Z, 1inch by a club of VC, very big one as well, and Ethina Labs. So I just put a few of them, notoriously VC-backed, and most of them, if not all of them, have been backed by US investors. Now, if we look at where the funds are going, you will see that they are going majoritarily in the US. If you look at the US, you will see that they are absorbing. So we've taken the rankings and the figures since the first VC investment into crypto. So if you look at the US, they're absorbing 75 billion in capital. And then if you take, for example, Europe, and we just take the three biggest countries, we take the UK, we take France, we take Germany, we are barely reaching 50 billion. So again, this is another anomaly. The anomaly here is what? VC dominance. Most of them are US-based. Capital is flowing in the US, and the opportunities and the multiples are accruing in the balance sheet of US investment funds. So for us, it should be a warning. Why are we lagging beyond the US so much? So we have a few reasons for that. First, we can talk about the frictions. Investment funds in Europe, and we've talked to many, when they want to deploy in the asset class, they don't know how to do. They don't know how to take tokens in their balance sheet. They don't know how to value them. They don't know how to custody them. They have issues with compliance. So this is one of the first frictions we have identified. Second very big friction is LPs. LPs in Europe are very cautious, if not reluctant, to allocate into this investment class. If you look in the US, we have the biggest asset managers in the world, BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard, and then, of course, the biggest VC there. They all have a subset just working on crypto. That's not the case for Europe, and of course, that's not the case for France. So LPs are very reluctant because maybe they don't know enough about the asset class. They still think it's speculative. They still think it's linked to KYC AML issues, financing terrorism, etc. Third issue is the fragmented environment. In this room, I guess we have at least 50% of the French ecosystem, but I'm sure we have very few people from Germany, from the UK, from Switzerland. The ecosystems in Europe are very fragmented, so you have one ecosystem per country, and we need to link all of them. And of course, because of this fragmentation, there is no one to speak with one voice when we need to deal with VC issues, LP issues, dealing and allocating capital into this asset class. So that's why, with other members, we have created DAVN, the Digital Assets Venture Network. So the founding members, amongst them we have BPI France, we have Morpho, who's in the room today, we have 50 partners, we have many other players. I have a small map after to show you for who are our members. And so this is our thesis. We have 4 strategic pillars. The first one is to unite. So what we want to do is to gather investment VC professionals investing, allocating in blockchain, and able to invest in tokens throughout Europe. So we need to gather and have as members LPs, VCs, startups that have raised significant amounts, service providers such as exchanges, market makers. We want to gather all those professionals. With them, we need to educate. But who we need to educate? We need to educate the LPs. We need to explain them why it is important to allocate capital into this asset class. And then also we need to advocate. This means that anytime we have regulators that are seeking feedback on regulation, could be ESMA, could be ACPR, could be AMF, we need to be here and talking about only one voice. And finally, of course, lead and create a unified VC, European investment VC group. So those are our founding members. We launched December last year. We have representatives from different countries, different investment funds, different startups, different service providers. And all of them are committed to realizing the 4 pillars I have mentioned. This is our roadmap. It's quite quick, but we want to really focus on the 20% of our actions that will have the most impact. So what is having the most impact? It's sharing good practices, sharing insights. For example, I was discussing with one of our members. They are trying to launch a Web3 investment fund. They don't find any custodian. No one is here to help them. So between members, some of them have tried and have found custodians. They can share names, they can share tips, they can share guidances. So this is one thing. Second thing, it's the deal alerts. Every month we will release a deal alerts compiling all VC and M&A transactions that have happened in Europe. This will help us in the last research report I will mention. Then we want to organize asset allocators meetings. So what is it? We want to meet with the biggest asset allocators in Europe, explain them what is this asset class, why should they invest, why it is important for our sovereignty in Europe, our competitivity, and why it is also interesting from a financial perspective, when you remember the returns I've shown before. Then we have the community gathering. We've did one for the launch of the initiative at BPI France, at the BPI Hub. We need to do that again, but that time in different countries. So maybe next time it's going to be in Germany. I was just discussing that with one of the members present here. We will also publish some white papers. We don't want to have like tens publications every year, just 2, 1 per semester, dealing with concrete practical issues that VCs are facing. And finally, a report. Every year, a report compiling all the data about what happened in the EU regarding crypto VC and crypto M&A. So that's DAVN. If you have any question, if you're an LP, if you're a VC, and you're in this room, please reach out. We'll be happy to onboard you and unite with you to make Europe great again.